have a squat rack, and even if you don't, you're going to learn something from this anyways, just about where to set the bar height up to. So I'm going to demonstrate one for you, or just bringing up and out of the rack, and then explain why the bar height is the way it is. So you'll see that as I come underneath, I then bring my elbows through, and you can see that the barbell is now resting in my front rack position on the top of my shoulders, in that little cradle that I have created for myself by keeping my elbows up. So from front position, you can see that if I'm here, first if I push my elbows up and into it, the barbell would fall back into my fingertips. And then I'm going to create, using my lats as well, a nice strong front rack position. And that's what you're going to see from the side view. So from here, once I've done that, I'm then going to see, you'll notice that the bar height is a little bit lower so that I need to bend my legs. So then from here, when I'm ready to take the weight out of the rack, I'm just going to stand up and step back with it. That way, there is no need, if the barbell was too high, to get on my tippy toes and step out of the rack. We don't want that, especially when we're doing a heavier or a more challenging weight for your back squat, front squat, strict shoulder press, whatever your movement is that you're doing, okay? So, a little bit lower. We want to think, easiest way is to say your J cup, what you're going to attach or you're going to place your barbell on top of, should sit at about that crease of your shoulders. So from there, you know, back squat, front squat, shoulder press, it's going to be a step up and then out rather than moving tippy toes and out of the rack. That's what we don't want to see. From here, we want our hands to sit just outside our shoulders. So we don't want our hands to be aligned with our shoulders, just outside our shoulders. About a thumb width away is a great distance to find. So for me, my shoulder width, I'm going to find where the knurling or the grip starts on the bar, and I gauge every time a thumb width away, and then from there you'll notice that I move underneath, and as I move underneath, I'm going to bring my elbows through and create that strong front rack that we just spoke about. From here, step up, step back. Now, core before we press. If I'm standing with my back arch, which you've noticed I've just changed to, I want to think about pulling my rib cage down to align my hips, which is also going to help me to activate my core. Last checkpoint before we move into our strict shoulder press is our feet should be directly underneath our hips. So feet underneath our hips, we've aligned our core. We're going to take that big deep breath, pushing through the palm of our hands. I'm going to pull my head back to create the space for my barbell to go straight up and over. So pull back, press, back down to position. Press, back down to position. So to re-rack it, we want to make contact with the rack, the barbell down. And the reason I say that is because if we are dropping the barbell one side to the opposite, it is more common that we're going to hook one side and then drop too far underneath. And from there, only one side of your barbell is in, and the other side then you're going to try and catch, opens us up to potentially injuring ourselves. Just not, we don't want to